Good morning. It's Friday, July 31st, 2015. This is Tech Talk Today, episode 200 like a mouse. And my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hey, Angela, good morning to you.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me on this Friday edition. You know, 200 episodes feels pretty good.
It's kind of crazy, actually.
I'm kind of, in a way, it worked out that we took a couple weeks off during the OSCON craziness to have all one consecutive week of episodes. And so to help us celebrate this special occasion is our well-stocked Mumble Room. Time-appropriate greetings, Mumble Room.
Holy moly.
They were excited, huh? I like it. All right, so this week it's not just Tech Talk 200. No, friends. It's also Windows 10 week. And,
oh, my gosh.
and the first 24 hours for Windows 10 have been good. Windows 10, in the last 24 hours, Microsoft says they're humbled and grateful to see their response with an unprecedented demand for Windows 10. Angela, do you have a guess as to how many downloads they have received in the first 24 hours of Windows 10?
4.
No,
Seriously,
come on.
Who's doing this?
Really?
Who is doing
Really?
Well,
Come on.
I saw some of our viewers went ahead and tried it, but...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
Maybe...
All right, Mumble Room, your guess. How many people? And chat room...
2.7 million. I'm one of them.
2.7, okay.
I'm one of them.
So we have a 1.3 million. We have a 1.3 million.
For shame. Really? Millions?
Keep going. How many do we think? How many?
300,000.
300,000. That's a pretty good guess for Windows 10. Now remember, Windows 8 did not see a very good adoption curve. Of course, this is a free upgrade.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
is.
changes it.
Yeah, it's a free upgrade. Are you ready?
Oh, man, people are so stupid.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the reveal? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Windows 10 24-hour install count is 14 million installs after 24
I feel
hours.
like we need the prices right.
Corky got it. Corky got it. You got it, Corky. Good job, buddy. You know what, Corky? Come on down, buddy. Come on down. Get down here, Corky. Actually, I can't play that YouTube poll stuff.
Oh, WWNSX actually guessed it first.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Yeah.
But he was probably trolling the subreddit where people submit the links for the show. So, you know, what's that link? techtalktoday.reddit.com?
Yeah, that does help you cheat a little bit. Yeah, but 14 million isn't bad. The first 24 hours has been an incredible 24 hours for Windows. That's definitely one of their best launches ever. And I'm not going to say much, but you may see something about it in the next few days on the network. We'll see. Anyways, moving on from there, Google quietly is distributing a new version of Google Glass, and Noah couldn't be happier.
Is it white?
Actually, it's really different. It's a clip-on. It's a clip-on device that can go over existing glasses. You know, I noticed.
Ooh, interesting.
I didn't pre-vet this because that's how I roll. Because that's how I roll. Because that's how
we go. That's how we roll.
But let's see what this Wall Street video says about it. The Wall Street Journal has a report here. Let's see what they say.
Call it Google Glass 2.0. Google is rolling out a new version of its Glass wearable computer, but you're not likely to see it on store shelves anytime soon. As Wall Street Journal reporter Alistair Barr reports, the new Glass is aimed at business applications in industries like healthcare, manufacturing, and energy. Google hasn't released any images of the new version, but people familiar with the matter say it won't have a wireframe like its predecessor, but instead a button and hinge system to attach the mini computer to different glasses. The new model also has a faster Intel processor as well as improved battery life and wireless connectivity, sources tell the Wall Street Journal. The initial version of Glass was the target of criticism because of security and privacy concerns. Critics claimed users could record video in public places without others noticing. Google stopped selling it in January, but hopes to skirt privacy issues with the new model because it will be used mostly in private workplaces.
And we kind of covered some of these rumors before, but I think the big differentiator here that Google's going for is it's becoming a clip-on product, and not a full, like, these are the glasses you buy for $1,000, $1,200. And as a clip-on product, it's going to have to compete with a lot of other manufacturers who can build things that clip onto your glasses.
Well, yeah, and a 2-hour battery life? What the heck?
Yeah, that's a little weak. But
I do like that because I was not able to use Noah's Google Glass at Ohio Fest last year. Yeah. When I tried it because I couldn't see. So clipping onto glasses.
Right. Then you could have your own prescription and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I
Which you could do now, but it takes a little more custom work. So I gave Noah the Android Watch. LG Watch R that we had here for testing, and I'm asking him to try it for a little while to get his opinion on Android Wear. And he's comparing it directly to Google Glass because that's what he's had longer.
Yeah.
And in his opinion, Google Glass is a way better product, if nothing else, because the camera works so quickly and seamlessly for him that it's like an extended memory. And like we were out at OSCON, and we were at the buffet, and he saw a plate of brownies that he wanted to go back and get later and didn't want to forget them. So he just, without even thinking, snaps a picture, saves it to his glass, and then later when he's reviewing things, like, oh yeah, there's those brownies, and he gets brownies. And he's like, for him, that camera functionality is pretty key. And also just having things heads up in his face instead of having to look down at a watch or something like that, he likes that a lot too. But
yeah, so first it was get a watch so you don't have to pull out your phone. Now Google Glass so you don't have to look at your watch.
Yeah. I don't know. Anybody in the mumble room up for getting themselves a pair of Google Glass if it say came around $300 and you could clip it onto an existing set of eyewear?
Possibly.
Yeah. I would totally do it, but it wouldn't be. I still couldn't use it because I have nearsightedness, so I can see perfectly fine with a regular glass, but I have to take my glasses off, put that on.
Yeah.
But when I have my actual glasses on, then I have that. It's too close because of my prescription, and then I can't see anything. So then, regardless of the clip-on, it's useless.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would definitely try it if the price point was right. But until they get the price point down below $500, it's just not worth it. It's too much of a. It's too. I mean, at that point, you might as well. I think watches have a more of a long-term consumer trajectory, and that's probably, if you're going to spend the money where your money would be better spent on a device. Speaking of devices that maybe your money could have been better spent on, the Nvidia Shield tablets are being recalled due to fire hazards with the battery.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is coming out this morning, and
you don't have one of those, right?
No, but
surprised.
we have the version that's in the controller where the screen flips up. You know, that one.
Oh, yeah.
But this is after that when they released a tablet. It's like the same. It's a more powerful version of the Guts in a full-on tablet, and this one has these fire hazard issues, which is kind of too bad because it's a pretty slick Android tablet. And the other thing the other thing that's kind of funny about it is Nvidia made a really big deal about their thermal designs for this tablet, which looks like maybe that was sort of responsible for getting the battery too warm and causing it to blow up into a ball of fire.
Jeez.
Yeah. So speaking of things,
I wonder how many fires there were before they decided to pull it.
You know, I could have. I didn't dig. That's a good question.
They might not have. They might not have.
Well, sometimes if you dig around, you can find it like on forums and stuff. So if anybody out there knows, I would be curious if you could get a link to that.
Let's kill.
That's a great question. Jeez. Hopefully nobody did that.
Yeah. That would be.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this one's interesting. What do you do when the company that you've hired or the product you've bought to keep you secure gets hacked? This seems to be happening more and more, doesn't it? Antivirus firm BitDefender admits a breach. And here's the bad thing. The hackers stole their password database, which wasn't encrypted. They had plain text passwords.
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that, Andrews.
Wow.
Yeah.
Security company having crappy security.
Yeah, so it starts, Detox Ransom had demanded that BitDefender pay a $15,000 fine or their customer database would get leaked. Over the weekend, the hackers dumped some of the data online, which appeared to contain more than 250 customers' usernames and passwords.
Isn't that illegal? Isn't that blackmail?
Oh, yeah.
To a degree? Okay, but it seems like it should be legal blackmail.
Because like they've screwed up so bad? Like,
yeah, like, and maybe
it's almost like a Robin Hood, like,
yeah, like FBI should be like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, do it.
No.
Sanctioned, like, because...
I would agree if it wasn't affecting, because the customers didn't do anything wrong, and now their customers' usernames and passwords are getting leaked, and then people can use that credentials to compromise
only
their
if they're
other
not
accounts.
leaking it. If they withhold it and they get the money, I think it's okay.
They've leaked a little taste to show that what they've got is legit. That's what they've done right now. So here's a taste of it. Yeah. So that's
Well, F stick.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't. Rotten, your mic's hanging open over there, Rotten. Come on now. Clickety clack. And what kind of keyboard do you have, Rotten?
Oh, it's one of those awesome $20 Dell.
Oh, really? It actually sounds semi-decent, though. Does it feel okay? And what do you think of that new keyboard? Have you got to type in the chat room for a second? Tell me what you think about it. Noah was out here this week. When Noah's out here?
Well, it types extra P's.
Chat room. Noah couldn't stand the Microsoft keyboard there and went to Best Buy and had to replace it before he could keep working. So,
really?
Yeah.
I don't think this is much better.
I kind of like it. We went from a Microsoft to a Logitech, and it's not bad.
I do like Logitech, but this keyboard, no.
So
it's not quite doing it for me. But I did get a Microsoft keyboard.
Yeah.
For Abby's computer.
How do you feel about this one? Scientists are working on tiny robots that can run across water and leap like Jesus. Look at this. They can walk and leap across water just like Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's been developed by a team of robotic engineers in Korea. And
interesting.
this is kind of what it looks like there. And so it's like a little.
Wow,
it could
they've
be like
created
a little.
a giant robot insect.
Yeah, exactly. Engineers and robotists at the Seoul National University in South Korea have just designed the first robotic to mimic jumping water insects like water spiders and striders. The robot balances on open water and leaps into the air using little more than the force of the water's natural surface tension. As scientists detailed today in the Journal of Science, they first had to work out the mystery of how insects like the water strider managed to make this trick work in the first place.
When Jesus robots kill.
All right. Okay, so let's watch a video of it here. Let's watch the video of the creepiest robot in the world. Check this out. Here it goes. Look how that much. Oh my gosh, that's a real bug. Okay, so you see how a real bug does it. Now let's go put the creepiest robot in the entire world. And picture hundreds of thousands of these things coming across the lake to kill you. Like you're on a boat and you think you're safe from the robots, and then hundreds of thousands of these things are crawling across the lake, and you could hear them. Slap, 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 splash, 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 splash. Tell me that's not
heart attack before it even gets there.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why they had to do this. I mean, if it's to understand a new level of physics or something, like that's one thing, but
no.
Like so,
this is think about like a little tiny microphone or radio transmitter built on the top of one of these things. This is a whole new level of surveillance. Yeah, this is gonna be amazing. This is why the robots will win.
I mean, can it walk?
Yeah.
Though, like they haven't shown it walking.
Oh, it walks.
Because if it could walk, like
walks.
just let's see how long it takes to get across the ocean and take video of it the whole time. How cool would that be?
It walks. Oh, it walks. Yeah. And also can jump on land too, so it doesn't just have to be on water. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody.
Thank you.
Come on, you don't want that, Ange? You don't want that? Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, Angela. You know what? Maybe this will make you feel better, because guess what? It's our Kickstarter.
Woo!
And this one, there's no beating this one. I'm sorry, I know you had a contender, but our Kickstarter...
I was just finding something.
This one is called Snotbot.
Oh, gosh.
Pushing the frontiers of whale research with drones. It has 504 backers. They're seeking $225,000. They currently have raised $31,000 with 25 days to go.
Oh, okay.
And their spokesperson is Sir Patrick Stewart.
Ah!
I'm just collecting data.
Ian, what the heck is that? What is going on?
I'm just measuring your stress levels.
All right, Ian, enough of this harassment. I need to know what is going on.
I'm collecting your snot.
Why do you need my tissue with my snot on it?
Come outside and I'll explain it to you.
What's going on here?
We're really looking for ways to collect biological data without harassing the animals. And here comes our drones we affectionately call Snotbot. Ocean Alliance has been at the forefront of marine mammal research for over 40 years. It was our founder, Dr. Roger Payne, who first discovered the whales sing songs, and today we're excited to introduce our latest contribution to the field of marine mammals, science and innovation, Snotbot. Snotbots are custom-built small drones developed in partnership with Olin College of Engineering. They're designed to hover safely above a whale and collect samples of the blow expelled from their lungs in a way that won't harass or disturb the whale in any way. These blow samples, or snot, are a treasure trove of data. With them, we can sequence DNA, measure stress and pregnancy hormone levels, determine virus and bacterial loads, and run a host of other non-invasive experiments, giving us a clear picture of these animals as they are in the wild on their own terms. We believe that looking into the undisturbed lives of whales may give us a greater understanding of current threats than do existing research methodologies. And this picture is vital to our understanding not only of them and the oceans they inhabit, but ultimately the health of this blue planet we call home. Snotbot also allows us to gather this priceless data much more economically than ever before by removing the need for expensive research vessels and a big logistics operation. We can travel light and fast, gather our samples with less effort and at reduced risk to both whale and researcher. Snotbot has been built, tested, and is ready to go. Our goal is to travel to 3 locations and sample 3 species with different lifestyles and habitats. To Patagonia, for the highly endangered southern right whale, to the Sea of Cortez off Mexico to study sperm whales, and finally to Alaska to study humpback whales. With these unique data sets, we can begin the process of understanding how our current knowledge stacks up to this new data collected through these state-of-the-art, non-invasive techniques. All the while, tweaking and refining our platforms, making them more useful to anyone who wants to use drones to study and/or conserve the natural world.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stewart. I love you. I'm asking you to support my good friend, Captain Ian Kerr, and Ocean Alliance in their quest for better, more effective, more efficient, innovative research that will give us answers to some of the mysteries about the ocean and particularly whales.
I actually think it's kind of brilliant because what it is basically taking drone technology and using it to capture the blow out of a whale's blowhole and analyze that instead of having to poke them or stress them out.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat thing.
I'm surprised I haven't seen When Snot Bots Kill.
I actually think it's kind of cool. And of course, Patrick Stewart could be asking for my right testicle, and I'd be tempted to donate it. So what do you think, Mumble Room?
Looks pretty awesome.
Yeah? You don't think it's crazy?
Not really crazy idea. It's more of a useful invention to further science as a whole.
I think it makes sense, the non-invasive part.
Maybe the only right way to use drones.
The only thing I was actually kind of curious about was in that video, why was that one person wearing protective gear and everybody else wasn't?
Only you, Rotten. Only you would notice that in the Kickstarter video. So they've only got 504 backers, but I got to imagine this is probably going to pick up steam over the weekend because Patrick Stewart.
I wonder what happens if the blowhole is a little too strong. Like, can the drone's fans withstand that?
I bet. I'm sure they thought of that.
Like,
this is their.
I know,
this
but
is their
like,
bag.
it just seems like the blowhole might blow that drone, over, and then
I bet
like a water cannon.
I bet just because where they're operating at. I bet just because of where they're going to lose some drones. But the drones can't be that expensive anymore. Yeah. It's a really cool idea. Anyways, we'll
somebody mentioned it has to be sterile, in order for them to get accurate results.
Or at least the sensors do.
Yeah.
So we'll have a link to the Kickstarter if you want to back it or spread it around and share you with your Star Trek friends or something like that. And there's a connection with Star Trek and the whales too, because in Star Trek 4 they save the whales.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I got a special request. Well, this is episode 200, and Linux Unplugged recently hit a milestone, episode 100. And in episode 103, we did something kind of sneaky. Behind the scenes, when nobody was watching, I recorded a second version of the show, a multi-track version, and tossed that over to Ham Radio to have him do a multi-track remaster. And I've posted that now in the Linux Action Show subreddit, and I'm asking people's feedback on the multi-track recording. Specifically, I'm looking for commuters, anybody who's had maybe some issues with mumble audio in the show before. If you've ever been with somebody who's like, the Linux Unplugged audio is too hit and miss, I'd like to get your take on it and see what you think. Is just sort of a first pass at this attempt. And it does take an additional editor and a little extra work, but we want to help Unplugged grow. So I'm curious to get your feedback. I'll have a link to that thread in the Tech Talk Today show notes, or you can just go to Linux Action Show subreddit and find the 103 multi-track remaster feedback thread.
What is it supposed to do? Is it supposed to sound better for commuters? Or?
Well, I don't want to specifically say because I want to get people's sort of unbiased opinion, but
got it.
It's but basically the gist behind multi-track recording is each microphone or each input's on its own track.
Right. I'm familiar because I'm telling
the audience, not you. So the Mumble Room is able to have additional editing, processing, cleaning, or boosting when needed that doesn't affect the in-studio host microphones. Now, that doesn't sound, that sounds pretty normal. The challenge we have here is we are also producing video versions of these shows, and to do video and have it synced up with the audio and have it go out live in real time and record that and switch it all in real time, it eventually gets mixed all down into stereo. And once it gets mixed down to stereo, that's the computer sound, my microphone, Angela's microphone, the Mumble Room, it all gets mixed down to a stereo track, so that way it can all be delivered. And once it's all mixed down into stereo, you're extremely limited with how much tweaking you can go in at the individual components. You just kind of have to tweak the overall sound. And there's only so much flexibility you get there without ruining the other sound. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying. We're with multi-track. We can do some of that breakout before it gets all mixed down to stereo, and there's a lot of room we have there. But it's early days. It does take additional recording equipment. It takes an additional editor. It takes additional delivery time, additional publication processes. But it's something that might be worth it if it makes it more accessible to commuters and headphone wearers and things like that. So you'll find that thread. We'd like to get your opinion on the recording technique. We'll have it linked in the show notes. And also, special thanks to Miker89. Not only did he submit our awesome Tech Talk Today background, which is totally cool for episode 200, thank you, Miker, but he's also just been a powerhouse in the Tech Talk Today subreddit, submitting tons and tons of stories in this subreddit and many other ones. So thank you to Miker89 for all of his great contributions there and for the background for episode 200. TechTalkToday.reddit.com is where you can also go to add stories to the show to make it even better. You the man, Miker89. You the man. Patreon.com/today is where you can go to help the Jupiter Broadcasting Network, this show, all the shows on the network, some of the big plans that we're working on over the next couple of months, and all kinds of stuff. Anything you want to specifically mention to the patrons there, Andrews?
I'm working on a current swag.
Oh, yeah, for the swag level?
Yeah, and LinuxCon is coming up in a couple weeks, so there will be a different kind of swag, similar but different at that.
Yeah.
If you are local and you want to come by.
LinuxCon will be a good one. It's going to be in Seattle. And do you remember it's like August?
17th, 18th, and 19th.
There you go.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And we're going to be there Monday and Tuesday so far.
So far, that's the plan. And I'm currently working with a guy at the Linux Foundation.
Okay, good.
So...
So that's one of the immediate things that your funding can help with. But we also have some big plans, some big stuff planned for some of our biggest shows. And your support is going to make it possible at patreon.com/today. And eventually, when we get that around 600, I don't know, I got to look at the numbers, but eventually we're working towards being able to bring on support staff that are funded by the Patreon page instead of funded by advertisers, when possible. The idea being that way we can still stay flexible with advertisers and not have to make changes to our core support staff. Patreon.com/today is where you can help us build towards that initiative as well. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Foo. It's I guess I'm getting the faux on the brain because we're doing the faux after this. Yes. We're doing a Friday edition of the faux show today. Well, no, I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in 200 episodes. Thanks to the Mumble Room. Join us on Tuesday. We start no, I guess we do them. Do I do them on? No, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is currently on the schedule. Or do we have anything planned for Friday next week in the way that you know of? No Women's Tech Radio or anything like that?
I don't know.
Possibly. Well, just check the calendar. We'll update it. JupiterBroadcasting.com/calendar is where you can go to find the live times in your local time zone. Now, I got to end with another Patrick Stewart clip because, I mean, he's the man, right?
Yep.
And this one's great. This is, you don't see this very often because Patrick Stewart, he's an accomplished actor. Sir Patrick Stewart gets fired in this end of show clip. See you back here next week, everybody. Have a great weekend.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. So sorry, Sir Patrick. You're fired.
Fired?
Yeah, fired.
How dare...
Strongbow!